An old brick fireplace goes from this to this. Coming up next on the At Home channel at Buildipedia.com. You know, so many older homes have brick or masonry fireplaces that can really date a room. But what can you do short of removing the brick to bring the room up to date? Today, we're going to talk about painting a masonry fireplace. We're going to talk about how to prep the area and the brick, and then we're going to actually get into priming and painting the surface. And with us today, as usual, to talk about painting is our expert painter, Joe Growalski from J&G Painting. Joe, thanks a lot.
Hey, my pleasure.
Another great painting project. So painting masonry is similar probably to painting any surface, but I imagine there are a few things that we probably need to think about.
Right. Well, it's a little different texture on this surface, but the most important thing is the preparation is cleaning. We had some soot here that we needed to get rid of. We used a trisodium phosphate and water, rinsed that off, cleaned off the soot as best we could, and took a vacuum, got all the dust and dirt off. As you can see, we taped these ledges off. We dropped off the hearth, which is concrete because we want to keep those concrete, and taped off the wood and so forth so we wouldn't get any paint on it.
Good, so we're all ready.
Yeah, we're ready.
What are we going to use for paint here?
Okay, well, what's important is we want to use a concrete and masonry primer.
Okay, like this one.
Which is an acrylic primer is what you want to use.
Okay, so a masonry primer special for masonry, and then a top coat of paint.
Top coat is also acrylic. You could use a satin, any kind of finish you want. In this case, we're using a matte finish, so we don't have a lot of shine. It's going to show off the nice texture that's already on the brick. Okay,
so the primer is specifically for masonry, but once we've primed, we can use a high-quality latex paint.
Yes.
Okay, and then as far as application.
Okay, well, very important, I think, is to use a heavy nap roller. In this case, we're using 1 1/4 inch, which is about the thickest nap that they make. It's a nylon polyester roller, and it will put it on nice and heavy. I'm going to go slow to work it into these
Right,
grooves.
so you don't have to do everything, the grooves by hand, the joints
We'd
by hand.
be here all day, wouldn't we?
Right, that's a great tip. Okay, so it's time to prime.
Yes.
Let's get at it.
Let's do it.
Joe worked as much of the primer into the brick as he could, and the thick-napped roller really did the trick. Where the joints were deeper, I came along with a brush to touch up. With the two of us working, things progressed quickly. Once the primer dried, we applied the cream finish coat the same way. So, a little bit of paint brings an old brick fireplace up to date. I'm Jeff Wilson. Thanks for joining me, and come back often for more great do-it-yourself home improvement projects on the At Home channel at Buildipedia.com.